Hey friends, Gary here. Welcome to today's video. This is an everyday photography vlog. We are still in Mustika, Yogyakarta, and still we are photographing Mount Merapi volcano. I'm very excited because it's my favorite landscape to photograph while I'm here in Yogyakarta in my hometown. Anyway, look at it, beautiful, very little clouds and just overall very clear. We got the perfect condition. I want to capture it today, so that's the goal of today's video. I'm using the Panasonic Lumix GX850 as my camera today with two lenses. I will use the 35 to 100mm Panasonic Lumix mini telephoto lens as well as the big giant 100 to 300mm ultra telephoto lens to capture Merapi, both with the surroundings and also just the summit by itself. Hopefully the picture will turn out really well. In this video you'll see how the behind the scenes of how I take pictures, all of the camera settings, how I set the camera, my thoughts and also my decision for making that particular composition. Hopefully this will be helpful for you. Let's try to take some pictures. Alright guys, so again today we're going to photograph Mount Merapi volcano right there. As you can see, the summit is covered with a little bit of cloud. We're gonna have an opening soon and I'm going to take a picture of it. Hopefully it's gonna be in great condition. Anyway, the gear, GX850 Panasonic Lumix camera and 100 to 300mm f4 to f5.6 ultra telephoto lens. I'm setting the camera to aperture priority f5.6. I will do a little bit of exposure compensation to about +2 stop. And as you can see, the histogram still looks good, nothing's clipping, and that's gonna be the setting for today's photo shoot. We're gonna wait for just a little bit more until that little cloud on the summit that's covering the crater of the volcano is gone. But now we're going to take some shots, just some test shots, making sure that everything works nicely. Yep, focusing on, the contrast area on the volcano. This is 100mm. Nice. I hope I can get the summit photo by itself by zooming into 300mm. We'll see if the condition improves. I saw the clouds dissipating right now, but there are another group of clouds that are going to cover the volcano again really soon. So time is everything in this shoot. If we miss the window of opportunity, then we'll miss the shot for at least a few more hours. Alright, summit starts to get clear. This is 100mm. I get a little bit of the trees under the volcano, like the foreground nearer to us as sort of a framing device, because I like a little bit of flare. Again, let's take some shots. I will show you just the best one. Let's try vertical and see what happens. With vertical composition, sometimes you get more pronounced layers, foreground, midground, background, that kind of stuff. So I like it. Yep. I think it will work too. Alright, summit's starting to get even clearer. Maybe then we'll zoom to 300mm. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to see the volcano with just the LCD screen of my GX850. And yeah, this is a challenge, but I'm just ballparking it. I can see kind of where the volcano is in the frame. So yeah, this is all just sort of ballparking. All right, let's try to zoom in all the way to 300. I want to make sure that I can grab a photo of the summit of the volcano. Yeah, autofocus at 300mm is a little bit challenging. Yeah, but I think I got it. All right, let's take a couple more shots. The summit is right there, I suppose. Yeah, it's very difficult to see on the screen of my camera, but we're just gonna try. All right, zoom out again to 100mm. I want to make sure I grab everything in the frame. I also hope you can see what I'm doing in the camera. I'm resting my hand on this handrail right here to make myself more stable with the 100 to 300mm because it's such a long telephoto focal length. It is almost like a sniper rifle. You have to have a little bit of support to make sure you are stable, even though the lens has stabilizer. So yeah, 100mm I'm going to take some shots and I'll show you the best ones, the ones that I think are worthy to be shared. And I'm zooming in again to 300. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you can kind of see the summit of the volcano. Not really that clear, but yeah, I think we can take a couple of shots. Yep, hopefully that looks good. It's very difficult to see on the LCD screen and I misfocus a little bit. We're gonna start to get clouds moving into the actual summit again. But yeah, we're just gonna keep taking some more pictures. Hopefully I get the one that looks the best. I want to zoom in again. Wow, it feels a little bit hectic because of that cloud coming in. But yeah, we're just gonna try our best. Again, 100. Nice. Alright, clouds covering the volcano. I think we have to stop now. Alright, we got one more shot of capturing the Merapi. I have to be really quick. This is the 35 to 100mm f4 to f5.6. Let's zoom it in all the way. f5.6, I'm still using the same settings, which is aperture priority f5.6 with +2 exposure compensation. We have to be really quick before the cloud covers it again. Right, let's take some shots. Nice. Nice, beautiful. I will only show the best ones, the ones that I think are worthy to be shared on the vlog. Let's try some vertical. Alright, with the 35 to 100, I can zoom out a little bit and give the Merapi a nice frame, more context, sense of scale. I want more trees just to make sure that we feel like we're in nature, not in a hotel. Something like this looks kind of nice. Yep, beautiful, beautiful. Excellent, excellent. Yep, let's zoom in all the way again. This is about 100mm. Yeah, I love the layered looks of the trees. Really makes for a nice mood, nice vibe, like very nature kind of vibe. You know, with photographs you want to tell stories, and the story that I want to tell right now is Mount Merapi in a beautiful nature kind of setting, because when you see around us, it's not actually nature, it's actually lots of man-made buildings and stuff like that. So yeah, I just want to frame the trees together with Merapi. That's my story for today's vlog. Anyway, I'm zooming out again to 70mm just to give more context for Merapi, and we have nice opening of the summit of the volcano itself. Yeah, we're just gonna take some more pictures because I think that's all the possibilities that we have for capturing Merapi. We don't have too much options, especially because this is the only vantage point where we can see Merapi without that much buildings on the left and on the right on the surrounding of Merapi. I hope you can see what I'm doing in the camera. And yeah, just the same setting. I see the histograms not clipping at all, so I think we're good. As you guys know, I'm shooting raw most of the time, so I will post-process this later in Adobe Lightroom. That's just how I roll. Maybe in the future I will try to learn shooting JPEG, which I think is harder, even though it sounds easier. That's like a contradiction or something. But yeah, let's capture some more Merapi photos. Vertical composition, I'm liking it so far. It helps to emphasize the layers, I think. Yeah, this is maxed out at 100mm. Autofocus with the 35 to 100 is slightly easier compared to the 100 to 300mm. And that's understandable because 100 to 300 is such an old lens, and even though it's old, but maybe if it's not old, there's a lot of glass needs to be moved front and back inside of the lens, so the autofocus will still be slower. I think there's the Mark II version of my 100 to 300. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm still happy with the performance of mine, even though it's not the sharpest in the world. The 35 to 100 is just such a flexible, do-it-all kind of travel telephoto lens. Like it. Wow, we have very little clouds right now. I can really see the summit easily. And with the 35 to 100, we can kind of get this angle, this kind of composition. Let's try horizontal again. I'm just capturing some more shots. I will show only the best ones. And if you guys are wondering why there's no sound of shutter in my camera, I use electronic shutter. That's just how I roll. There are a little bit of benefits of using electronic shutter. Mainly I want to preserve the shutter life of my camera, but also it has less vibration. Not that the GX850 has issue with shutter shock or things like that, but still I want to just make sure that I'm getting the best possible picture. And the cloud starts to roll in, so I think yeah, we're just gonna stop there. And that wraps up today's video. So that is all for the photo shoot of Merapi volcano. It started to get covered by clouds, so I will end the video right now. Hopefully this has been useful, interesting, inspiring, makes you want to take more pictures and go out and have some fun. So please let me know in the comment down below which one is your favorite photo. Also, if you have any question, comment down below as well. I will try my best to answer them. Also, don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to my channel down below. And if you want to support my work even further, consider using the affiliate links on the description below. Use the super thanks button to make a small donation to my channel, and also purchase my travel photography ebook called Simplifying Travel Photography. Link also in the description below. Thank you, and I will see you on the next video. Goodbye.